Hello, 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 Love Revolution beloveds. It is December. Are you all thinking about the holidays? Are you thinking about being together? Are you thinking about ways to love on one another, ways to serve one another, ways to strengthen your community? I love our quote from Dr. Martin Luther King for this month. He just asks, he says, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? So that can show up obviously in leading with love in terms of our community, but particularly in debt-free degree, because some of you have an extended amount of time that you're away from school. And so how can you use that time to better lean into debt-free degree? Can you apply for scholarships? Can you work on your essays? Can you look at different school options? All of this research that you can do, all of this amazingness that you can do. And as I so often remind my students, an hour a day is 4% of your day. And so if you're away from school or if you have time away from work, if you have time during the holidays, some downtime, then how are you going to spend that 4%? How are you going to spend that 1 hour? I have, as you all know, I have several books that I always recommend. And one of them I just recently reread. And that's why I think I probably have spoken about it here before, but I wanted to bring it up again because during the holidays, we are often encountering people that we are not normally encountering. Sometimes it is perhaps difficult relationships with family members or loved ones that we typically see during the holidays. And Mel Robbins' book, The Let Them Theory, is so incredibly powerful. Now, let them is let folks be who they're going to be. You know, in Love Revolution talk, it is letting others voluntarily evolve. And so letting people be right where they need to be. But the powerful thing about Mel Robbins' book is not the let them part, although that's great. It's then let me. So then what are you going to actively do? And that's the power. How are you going to be involved in that? And it goes back to what are you doing for others? What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for others? And so at this beginning of this most magical month for many, many people, and this very difficult month for many, many people, what are we doing for others? How are we letting others voluntarily evolve? How are we letting ourselves voluntarily evolve? How are we showing love, showing up in our community? How are we building that interconnection? So delighted that each one of you are part of Love Revolution. Thank you so much for digging in and for agreeing to love 8 billion people on the planet. Thanks, y'all. Love y'all.